to another air rifle adventure with Dr. Russ. When I'm getting ready for a deer hunt, I'll have this out. Today I'm on a snake hunt. And where do you find snakes here in southeast Michigan? Well, really anywhere in the U.S. I'll show you where you can find them. They love rocks. Why do they love rocks? Well, they're cold-blooded. What does that mean? That means that they don't have a mechanism in their body like you and I do to help create heat when they're cold. And that's why they'll often come out onto highways out west. I don't see it too much here in Michigan, and they'll be laying out there in the night on that asphalt because it's warm and they're getting warm. And I've run over them, and man, that causes that head and tail to snap up when you drive over them. It hits the side of your car, you'd swear that it leaves a dent. It did not. But oh, I can't even count the ones out west that I've ridden over. And that's what you'll find at night. But they're searching for warmth. And they'll get into your house. Heat rises, so they have ways to get clear up into your attic. They don't mind being underneath your bed either. They don't have any problem getting into blankets. And so what you need is just a little education on what am I looking for? How do I find snakes? And how do I put them out of their misery with an air gun? Well, as I said earlier, they love to lay on hot rocks. And we were looking along here this morning, and we found a garter snake. Not poisonous, but we do have the Massasauga poisonous rattlesnake here in Michigan. This morning we found a garter snake. Let me show you what that piece of film looked like. We've got a lot of rocks here on the property, and that's because we've got some property that's at different elevations. And one of the problems with all the rocks is that it's an invitation for snakes. For example, garter snakes, like this one. Well, he disappeared into that crack. But that was just a garter snake. We do have Massasauga rattlesnakes here in Michigan. And I'm always on the watch for them among our rocks. But I've been here 20 years and I haven't seen the Massasauga yet. I've seen plenty of garter snakes. Well, we're not only looking for poisonous rattlesnakes, but we've got some pretty poisonous spiders here in Michigan. That brown recluse spider is a real deadly spider to come into. And here's a web, if you can see it, blocking the entire trail. And right in the middle, he's already caught something. He's put his web around it like a cocoon. And I've got to knock that down before I go on through. Well, before you go snake hunting, you better have a good, accurate rifle and some practice. This is the Avenger entry-level air gun. I put a nice scope on it. It's got a regulator on it. So it's got a lot of the features that some of the most expensive FX rifles has. And you need that accuracy. I shot 2 garter snakes about a week ago, and we threw the bodies here onto this fire pit, and you don't see them now, but there were 2, and I think they've been eaten by birds and whatever since then, but that's how I got rid of them. If you're going to eat a snake, my dad said don't shoot it unless you're ready to eat it. I don't eat garter snakes, and I don't eat rattlesnake. Actually, I have eaten a rattlesnake at a wild game dinner. But the snakes that taste good are water snakes, believe it or not. Taste like shrimp, not chicken. So you've got to have some nice targets here that allow you to get your sights set and know what you're doing. Some nice spinners, and down here we've got some spinners. I got to shoot through the hole in the heart. Some nice pipes that make a chime, and of course some targets. I've got to fix that. Over here's some more targets. But I'm reminded one day, my wife Paula had the Umarex Gauntlet, and she was up on our shooting deck, and she sees a big brown snake going across the water behind us. Before she was done, she's filming this, so you might remember. But Paula, how many pieces was that snake in by the time you were done with him?
About 3 or 4.
And it was an interesting thing because she's shooting long distance. She's snapping this snake on the water. Of course, after he was cut in half the first time, he didn't go very far, but he's out there. She continued to shoot. And then the perch came. You'd have thought they were piranha. That was another way we got rid of some snakes. But my message right now is good practice. Be ready, and then once you have the accuracy, the right gun for it, the right caliber, you too can get some of these snakes, not for your dinner table, but just for the comfort of knowing they're not here anymore, especially with grandkids. Well, in addition to this Air Venturi Avenger, I also just got in this Umarex Gauntlet Generation 2. Now I'll have to apologize, I haven't even finished the reviews for the Generation 1, but I'll be covering it and this Generation 2 and see what the differences are. I think we have to have a real respect for rattlesnakes, particularly any kind of a poisonous snake. We can come upon them and not be ready for them. We even have, I was reading, we even have fortunately it's a small denomination, but a group of church folks down in the hills in the south who believe that your faith is based upon your faith to hold a rattlesnake in your hands, and they've got boxes with these snakes for their church services. I'm glad I'm not a member of that church. But when they bite you, you need help quick. Fortunately, hospitals have a source for some anti-venom, and initially your leg can blow up, your arm can get quite large, black and blue streaks run up and down it, all in a method of trying to get you cured. So we want to find them before they find us. First of all, let me tell you what states we need to be watching out for some rattlesnakes. I've got a few notes here. What do you think the worst state is for rattlesnakes? I thought it might be my home state of Texas. They came in second. Texas came in second with 11 different types of rattlesnakes. Arizona came in first. 14 different kinds of rattlesnakes. And then they got some other poisonous things, some Gila monsters and stuff down there too. California came in third with 9. And the state of New Mexico, also 9. Notice these are hot areas, and snakes, being cold-blooded, they love that heat. Let me tell you the states with the least number of rattlesnakes. This one right here, Michigan. We only have one, the Massasauga, but he's small, but he's just as deadly, they tell me, as a big one. New Hampshire has just one type of rattlesnake. North and South Dakotas only have one type of rattlesnakes. Washington and Oregon have 2 types. And if you were following me there, notice those were all northern states, colder states. So the hotter the state, the more rattlesnakes you have, and the colder, the least. When you get down one state south of Michigan, that's Ohio, we go from 1 to 3. So you can see, as we get warmer, these things become more abundant. We're fortunate. There's 4 states that don't have any at all. What would they be? Well, one is cold. That's Alaska. Not a single rattlesnake there. Maine doesn't have any, and Rhode Island doesn't have any. Hawaii has some. I've been on Hawaii. That's not a cold state. Actually, they do have some cold mountains with snow on top. Some people don't know that. I rode a motorcycle up there. And Paul and I had to wrap some newspaper around our arms because we got so cold, particularly when we came back down. But I don't know what it is. They've got snakes. They don't have rattlesnakes on Hawaii. Maybe they just haven't migrated there. We've got to be careful. Let me talk about in your house for just a moment. And then we're going to go in the house because I want to tell you a little bit about these hats and shirts. Man, they must hold their color well. This particular shirt, I've probably washed and dried it 3-4 times already, and none of the inks come off, so we've tested them. I told you earlier that the snakes are cold-blooded. They like to get onto rocks. They also like to get into your house, and they're searching for heat, and they don't have any problem climbing. That's why they're found in attics. It's quite warm up in attics. The least place you'll find them actually is in your basement because it's cool down there. It's cold. And if you did find them in your basement, they're often in the ceiling. They're trying to find any warmth that they can. So watch that. Also watch your heat ducts. Now, heat ducts are mostly in the floors or near the floor, because as heat comes into a room, that heat starts to rise. So they keep those ductworks low. If you have ducts up high in a room, that's for the air conditioning. The cold air wants to come down. You're not going to find any snakes in those air-conditioned ducts, but you will find them in the heating ones. They love that. I don't know what their love for toilets are, but people have them coming up through the toilet. I don't even know how they get in or come up that way, but they do. I'm going to guess that they're not getting in at the sewer. They'd probably drowned. I think they're getting in from being in your room. They want that water, and then that's when you find them. You want to take away, first of all, you want to watch those warm spots, but you want to take away the other reasons that snakes want to come into your house. Mice, rats, small critters, chipmunks. That's an attraction. That's like a buffet to snakes. So first of all, you want to lay out poisons to keep those critters out of the house, and that's your first step towards snakes. Being a good shot is the next thing. Watch under your beds, and I think the more organized you are, maybe that's my old military experience talking, but nice neat boxes, at least it allows me to look for snakes better than if everything's in disarray. Well, you've caught me here in the office. What in the world am I doing in an office on a beautiful shooting day? Well, as you can see, we've been putting together a program where we could have some colorful hats, some Fruit of the Loom shirts that have our logos on them, and we're now ready to offer them to you all. Now I have to tell you, we only have 100 t-shirts and only 80 hats, and I'm not sure what we're going to do when we run out. Maybe order some more, but you know, this President Zelensky in Ukraine, he was the one that gave us the idea of military green. It's what he wears all the time, a t-shirt, when he's in front of the world. I thought, well, if he can do that, we can do it too. We asked you for your suggestions on what logo would you want to wear. And finally, we got around to this, and a logo that wasn't in the shape of a shield, but rather a pellet. And with that, a couple of artists, we were able to come up with the logo as you see it today. But oh my goodness, have we been busy. Dr. Paula and I have been hunting in the Smoky Mountains down near North Carolina and Georgia. We ran over and saw Zach Matthews while we were there, and he surprised us with this, giving us 2 guns. I don't accept things from sponsors. I want all of our reviews to be really neutral with the facts as I see them. So I said, why don't we give these to the customers? And he agreed. And so we kicked off this drawing, which will all be over in about a month and a half. But if you want details and you want to get involved in how is your name going to be pulled out of a hat to win an AEA semi-auto 30 caliber Terminator, it's dead accurate, and with that semi-auto feature, my goodness, what a gun that is. Or the Defender 357 pistol. We'll be pulling 2 names out of the hat for that here shortly. And if you want details, you want to go on to our previous video, which was titled AEA Terminator and AEA Defender Gifts, because they're gifts from us to you. I hope that you'll enjoy them. And Zach's already talking about a couple more guns for the end of the year. My goodness, what a generous person he is. And I'm not taking any money from any of these people. This is what they wanted to do, just to have some little exposure on our videos. Well, let me show you what we have here in the way of a contest. First of all, you need to know that a couple of videos ago, I did what turns out to be a pretty popular video on deal breakers, going down some items on air guns before you order them. See if they really have the features that you want, where you could get the answers to those things. And your next gun, I can't talk about guns you already have, but your next gun might be the right gun because it has the right features for you. I think it had about 17, 18 features on it in that video. Very popular. Well, along came some comments from our viewers saying, you forgot this, you forgot that. The first one was, wouldn't it be important if the gun is for left-handed southpaws? I thought, yes, it would be. So we started developing a new list. It doesn't have 17 or 18 features. It took 2 pages. It took 2 pages to come up with all these features that might be important to you. Now, I suggest you take a yellow highlighter and just do the ones that are really important to you, and maybe draw out some with a black magic marker that you're not at all interested in. And then all of your future guns could be just the way you want them. So we have these 75 deal breakers. This is going to be included in every order for these caps and these t-shirts. And something else that's going to be in every order are these vinyl stickers. And these vinyl stickers you can put on lockers, guns, you name it. Your desk, your car. I already have it on the outside of my car, so they stand up to weather just fine. A smaller one and a bigger one. And then our mission statement, silent sharpshooter. And we've got it small for this one and large for that one. All of that is included. Now, if you're going to get an order from us and it's going to have, say, a cap and a shirt, it'll have both. It'll have two of these in it and this. Okay, let's see what we have here. All of these hats have a 4-color logo on the front. And that was kind of expensive. This is an emblem. And then embroidered in the back is silent sharpshooter with these hats. If I made a mistake on them, it was I wanted everything to be first class. So that's why we got Fruit of the Loom shirts. That's why we got an excellent hat. We've embroidered on the shirts. It isn't embroidered, but it's not silk screened either. This was a vinyl lettering press with heat. And that's why they look real good after several washings and dryings, and they've held up real well. So that's what we're putting out for you. And let me show you how you go about getting one of these. We've got Fruit of the Loom t-shirts. They're available in small, medium, large, extra large, and double X. They all come with this very colorful sticker of our logo. And of course, all of these things have a 4-color emblem on them, and they're printed on both sides. These shirts are $21.50 each, and like I said, they come in small, medium, large, extra large, and 2X large. We also have the caps. The Velcro strap on the back allows them to fit everyone. Again, you get the colorful sticker, and they too have logos that are 4 colors and on 2 sides, the front and back. If you get one shirt and one cap, the caps are $21.50, but if you get one of each, a cap and a shirt, you might think that's $43, but it's not. It's $39. We save some shipping there, and you get one of each. Now then, it didn't cover shipping, so let me just go over that for a moment. A shirt or a cap is $6.50. If you get one of each item, it's only $7.50. And if you get 3 items up to 6, it's just one shipping cost of $8.50. If you're not in the continental United States, but in Alaska, Hawaii, or Puerto Rico, I'm sorry to say this, but you have to add $1. And if you're somewhere else on the globe, and we found out that our viewers are all over the place, instead of adding $1, add $3 to these shipping prices here. And that will be the cost to get these items to you. Remember, with each shirt, each cap, you're going to get one of these. Now, if you just want to order the logos themselves, they are $3 for 2 of these cards. So you get 2 of these, that would be 4 logos, and it's $3 shipped to you. If you want 5, it's just $5. So $5 and you get it. Well, we hope that today's video between snakes and wearables is helpful to you. If you thought so, please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to make sure that you get our videos every time they're launched, subscribe. And remember, we only have one goal here, one mission statement. We want you to stay safe. We want you to stay airgun sharp. And we want you to stay silent.